Hi, everyone.
Hi.
And welcome.
Welcome.
welcome. So, we'd like to welcome you to our One of One. This is our first episode, and we like to say welcome to Everyone Wants
100%.
100%.
Yes.
My name is Jaleesa, and
I am Shawanda.
we also have, we're going to call them Mike B.
Yes, we have Mike B with us.
Mike B is the little voice in your head, and you'll figure out exactly why we have these voices in our head. So, go ahead, Shawanda. You want to say something?
Yes, I am Shawanda.
Mhm.
I am the owner and CEO of So Brooklyn Hair Extensions Lounge,
Meow.
located in Brooklyn.
Not the shameless plug.
Yes.
Everybody to hear.
I have been a salon owner for 8 years now. And I am so proud to say that. I've been a stylist for 18, 19 years.
Wait, can we get a round of applause right here? Don't worry, y'all gonna hear the studio applause.
Thank
yes,
you.
go ahead, babe.
Yes. So I have learned so much in the industry during my time. And this is the reason why I decided to come on a podcast and talk to the people about what is going on in the industry and all the changes. Yes.
No, that's a good I love that introduction, friend. That was cute.
Yes.
But yes, we'd like to welcome you to Everyone Wants 100%, where we go beyond the chair and we give you the real tea about the salon industry. So Shawanda already introduced who you are. This magical voice that you hear, that's me. I'm Jaleesa. And friend, should we tell them like who we are and why we became who we are? So Shawanda is also my friend as well as my stylist. Her and I have been experiencing life with each other for X amount of years. We're not going to go ahead and disclose that because then they're going to be able to tell how old we are. It's been a long time
and
coming.
I'm proud to say that she is my friend for over a decade now.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's how long it's been. So, background story is I had a hair accident, and I know that this is something that many of the listeners can probably relate to as well.
Yes.
So I was in the moment, I didn't know what it was called, but it's called transitioning, where I had natural roots, but I also had I had permed ends.
Yes. So we're gonna say relaxed ends.
Ooh. Here we go. We starting it off right.
We're gonna use the word relax.
We're gonna use. Listen, we're gonna get y'all together.
But we know the culture for us.
Yes.
Is to say perm.
Yes. So I had relaxed.
Yep.
Ends, which were very straight, very stringy, and my roots were very textured, very curly. So what happens, and anybody can attest to this if this has happened to you, when you put not so nice shampoo. I don't want to say
I don't think the shampoo had anything to do with it.
Why you okay, so wait, I'm going too far. So my friend took out my hair for me, and I just had a protective style in braids. And she was like, girl, don't worry about it. We're not gonna comb it out. Once you get underneath the water with the conditioner, it's gonna get straight. Just fucking kidding. Just kidding. Because the moment that water, and this is for the YouTubers who can see us, the moment that water hit my hair went and it stuck together and became one big matted mess. So now I have to go to work with this, and I'm like, damn, I don't got no stylist. I don't know nobody. So I go to work with a half a wig, and one of my good girlfriends, she said, well, my cousin does my hair. Does my hair ever look bad? And I was like, no. And she was like, so just go to my cousin. I was like, give me the number. And said cousin was Shawanda.
Yes.
And ever since she has done my hair,
yes, I have.
It's been up and stuck.
It's up and stuck. And yes, I've gotten her out of that crucial moment.
Yes.
And she allowed me to fix her up and do my thing. And obviously she never sat in anyone else's chair.
Nobody else. But I didn't sit in anyone else's chair because I knew that your work was good. So with that being said, that transitions us into So Brooklyn, where I was employed and I started working for her because I saw her vision. I saw what she was doing. I saw that she was creating this luxury experience in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And I wanted to be a part of that. I was like, oh, this about to be it.
Yeah, so I put an ad out for a receptionist because I had to get all my roles filled.
Right.
And she's like, I can do it. And
right.
I said, what? You sure you could do this? Okay.
Right. And I was like, girl, I could do this. Like, I started giving her my resume, what I've done before. I'm trying to sell myself to my friend. Like, girl, I got you. But it ended up making sense because we've been
8 years later, she is now the manager of my salon in Brooklyn. And I can't be happier because it's very hard to find, someone who is committed and has invested and really takes on, what it is that I take on, being that it's my baby.
Yeah.
So, having someone in there that cares means a lot.
Yeah. And that also, I feel like a lot of other salon owners, as well as booth renter, anybody who's in the salon industry, they can also attest to just having somebody who's there to be able to sit and support them. 1000%. And I feel like that's something that is lacking in the
salon culture. Well, more specifically, the Black
salon culture. Yes, I agree 1000%. Like, I feel like there should be a situation where a liaison, that's the word that I use. There should be a liaison, like a hand that's going to be reaching out to you saying, girl,
I can help you.
Come out, or boy, I need your help. And that's why we came up with Everyone Wants 100%.
Yes.
We would love, like we said, we would love to basically give not only clients, but also software agencies who create these booking sites, hairstylists, whether you're a booth renter, whether you're now coming into the industry. We want to be the ones that you decide to look to for advice, for help, for guidance and mentorship. I feel like, Shawanda, how long have you been in the business for?
It's 19 years. Yeah,
she's been in the business for 19 years. I've been in the business for about 9 or 8. And I feel like there is a need for this. There's been situations where, just in interviews where I have spoken to people who are now coming out of beauty school. Yeah, coming out of cosmetology school. And they believe that the next step
is, getting their own chair.
Getting their own chair, having a suite, getting all the money. Like,
yes.
You gotta learn, you gotta walk.
You have to learn the business.
Right. And that is what we are here for.
Yeah. We want to shed some light on the do's and the don'ts. So that is why we have our first segment, which is Jaleesa.
Goddamn. Goddamn. Not putting me on the spot. Sorry, y'all. So, we got to get on the outline.
I cannot.
So the first segment is salon etiquette.
Yes.
Salon etiquette 101.
Yes.
So in salon etiquette, this segment, we're going to be getting you all the way together. We're going to give you the do's as well as the don'ts of the salon industry. And let's get into it, y'all. So what are the girls talking about?
So you want to get into the bust down?
I do. Okay. I want to bust it down, right down the middle. And I want to talk about what the girlies are talking about. So go ahead.
In salon etiquette, a lot of it is customer service.
It's customer service. There is arriving on time, and there's also professional behavior. I think that those are the two things that stick out to me the most.
Okay,
is being professional and also being on time.
So what does being professional look to you?
So being professional to me means when I set my appointment online, I expect the stylist to be there at least 5 to 10 minutes prior to when I get there so they can open the door for me. I expect conversation. Okay. I expect you to be dressed the part. I expect to be able to get a beverage when I sit down. I expect,
so these are not high expectations?
Mind your business. You're my business. Are you in my business?
No, okay.
Don't do that.
You're right.
Because these weaves and these washing sets and blows and everything else, they are over $250.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yes, I want.
You want everything.
I want it all. And guys, as the show progresses, you're going to realize that I am always going to speak from the consumer point of view.
Yeah.
Shawanda.
I love speaking from the owner, the managerial point of view.
Right.
Yeah, the business side.
So yes, I feel like if I'm paying almost $300, I feel like I deserve something, a water, very much something that I can have that's going to give me the experience that you are trying to portray.
Of course.
Right? Yes. So I said on time, I said beverage, and I expect my shit to look good.
Okay. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
That's it.
And that is all correct. And I would stand behind you in saying that it's professionalism. Professionalism is, showcasing what it is your salon is, trying to exude how you want to feel when you walk in, setting the tone, offering the champagne obviously gives a more upscale feel,
So setting the tone, what does that look like for you?
So it's pretty much the salon and how the salon looks.
Okay.
Cleanliness is next to godliness. And a lot of times when people walk into the salon, they're always excited about how clean it looks. And I always take pride in that because I know, I know what it looks like everywhere else.
Can you give us an example? And not being specific, because also when I want this to also be educational. Like I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, we're attacking these people or we're No, we're literally just going over the views and the things that how we see it, and also just our experience and our background and what we know gets the people going.
Yes, exactly. And that is cleanliness. So when you walk into a salon, when you walk into a salon space, you don't want to see hair all over the floor. You don't want to see packs of bundles on the floor.
I don't want to see the comb that's not in Barbicide. The little blue water that that's called Barbicide. I want to see all the combs in there.
I have a story about that.
Go ahead.
African hair braiding salon. And of course, I'm assessing the place because that's what you do when you walk into a new space. And I saw this comb that was sitting next to the stylist, the braider, and it had hair in it. It was used. Clearly it was used.
Right.
I said, she's not using this on my hair. So I picked up the comb and I flung it behind the station.
Damn, son.
And do you know she was looking for that comb for about 20. Where's my comb? Where's my comb?
Because stylists are very particular about their combs. Are they not?
Yes, but you have to have multiple combs.
Yes.
And she did not. So she had to borrow one from her other braider friend. That one was clean though.
Right. And it probably was in the Barbicide.
Right. So I don't know about all that.
So we got to make sure that we stay clean.
Yes.
Like you have to think of it as the point of view of the client who's walking in. If you walk into a space and it doesn't look tidy, you're going to be like, I don't know if I want to get my hair done here.
Yeah, because sanitation is everything.
It is.
We can't be having, hair on the floor. We can't not sanitize our combs, our hairs. Like those are things that obviously you learn in beauty school, but some of us aren't attending.
Right. But not only that, I remember you saying that beauty school also, it teaches you the things that you need to know how to do in order to get through the course, right?
Yeah, you just learn the basics.
Right. You just learn the basics. So
the real work is when you work in a salon as an assistant.
Listen, all the listeners who are in beauty school right now, please go ahead and look at our Instagram and let's start that conversation. Do you feel as though when you're in beauty school, are you learning all the things that you need to learn in order for you to feel successful?
Absolutely not.
Damn, she shut it down. She ain't even give y'all no answer.
No, you learn. I'm sorry. I can only speak for myself.
Right.
But I also know this from just being in school with other peers and, hiring people that graduate. They don't know anything.
And why do you feel that way? Why do you think that happens?
Because I feel like they haven't really went back to what the state board is and what we're actually learning. We're doing sets from, the 50s.
Okay.
So, it hasn't progressed in a way that's keeping up with trend.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, going into beauty school, you learn just textbooks.
Okay.
You just learn textbooks.
Okay. But then when you get in the real world,
right, you're clueless.
That's like the residency.
It is. It's being a medical student. Right. And taking your residency to become a doctor. Because we are dealing with someone's stresses. And that is very important.
Because everybody knows. I don't know if everybody saw that movie. But if y'all saw what love got to do with it and why Tina Turner ended up with wigs,
it's because
you need an ass whooping.
You need your ass.
She's done gonna color the lady hair off and
it fell out in the
fell all out in the sink.
So those things are important. Of course, we need to know the textbooks and we need to know what it is that we're doing chemically and, in terms of science.
Okay.
But we also need to know how to do the hairs, and they don't train us properly.
All right. So to doobie this up.
Yes.
To wrap this up, for y'all that don't know what a doobie is, that's a wrap. Mm-hmm. To wrap this up, we're going to say that in Salon Etiquette 101, some of the things that they can take away from this would be, one, professionalism. Yes. So make sure that you dress the part. Yep. Make sure that you look the part. Make sure that you're communicating to your clients so that they can understand exactly where you're coming from and your day can transition smoothly.
And this is the point of the show, right?
Right. Not only, but yeah.
We want to educate the listeners, and we want to let them know there is a right way to do things and a wrong way to do things. Mm-hmm. And there's so much that we can talk about.
Right. And also being on time. Also showing up and being on time. That's a big, big thing. And I feel like the girlies are talking about that a lot.
Yes.
Is not getting that, hey, boo, text like, hey, can I reschedule you? Can you come another day? Like, let's make sure that we are on time. And that goes for the clients, not only the stylists, because we're also going to the clients. Like, y'all got to show up on time as well, too. Respecting, yes. And you know what? We could talk about that next episode, because I know that that's a big thing also. Like, respecting the clients, not only the clients as well as the stylists, respecting everyone's time. Yes. So that if I book with you at 3 p.m., you not hitting me up at 4:15 talking about I'm on my way and how much is your late fee.
Right.
Not happening.
No.
You're not coming to see us.
Yes.
So to wrap this segment up, the two things that we would like you to take away from this is being professional as well as being on time, which leads us into our next segment. Our next segment is
Tangle Tale.
Not her being on her Zoom, y'all. Not you being on your Zoom and no one was coming back.
I learned from your mistake. So in this segment, we are detangling the mess. We'll be reading some of the craziest reviews and stories and giving our feedback on who was right, who was wrong, how we could have handled the situation differently. This is going to get crazy.
Right.
Because everyone loves a review.
Yes.
Don't you love a review?
I mean, I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm a review kind of girly. Yes. I am going to write a letter. Okay? If there's one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write a letter. Okay, and then I'm going to write the letter and I'm going to send it to my friend and have her proofread it. Make sure that it looks good. And then I'm going to send it. Shout out to your friends. Like, shout out to the ones that's real word connoisseurs.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. And a review.
Like might be.
Right. And obviously, if you want to go eat, if you want to go try a new spot.
Travel.
Yeah, travel anywhere. The first thing you want to do is get right on that Google.
We're going to get that sound effect, the keyboard.
And you want to figure out where you're going, what you're going to expect when you get there. Mm-hmm. And so in the salon world, that is very much trending. Everyone wants to write a review about their experience, because how will I know that I want to go there?
Right.
But I feel like sometimes we tend to always write the negative reviews
and never the positive. That's so crazy. Because I literally, I think that my previous employer said that, or maybe it was you. Current employer. So I remember someone saying that everyone's going to take the time to always write a negative review. They're going to talk about all the bad things, but when they have that 1 or 2 or 3 good experiences, very seldom will they sit there and write about it. They'll tell a friend who tells a friend, but it's never something that's in print that other people can read.
Right.
So I always make it my duty as well too, that if I'm having a good time and I have a good experience at your space, I'm going to also write a good review.
Well,
because I want people, I want people to know.
So nice. Oh, you're doing your due diligence. That's what
I mean. I do what I can.
Exactly.
That's all I can do.
I know. So I being a business owner, I remember my first review. My first 1-star review really sent me over the top.
Really?
I was devastated.
Are you?
Because obviously no one wants to look like that. You don't want to look in it, like no one wants to look at you in a negative light. If I'm a new business, I want all the reviews to be 5-star. And I felt like I went above and beyond all the time.
I mean, I feel like as a business owner or even as your employees, you do go above and beyond all the time.
You can't please everybody.
Period.
And that's something that obviously I had to learn.
Right. So in this review, can we go ahead and read the review?
Sure. Hi, guys. So this is a 1-star review. So listen carefully. 1. Right. This is a warning to everyone to save your money and do not go to this establishment. Do not be fooled by the Instagram videos. Blank is unprofessional as hell, rude, and overpriced. She acts like she is doing you a favor by doing your hair that you will likely be paying $200 or more for without any weave being added to your own hair, by the way.
Okay.
The assistant does the majority of the work, and when such and such finally touches your hair, she does so as if you are bothering her. Her energy sucks, and you do not need someone with bad energy styling your crown.
Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl.
Damn.
So when we read these reviews, right? Like you have to keep in mind there's caps in the review. They're like bold letters, and so you feel the anger in this.
Don't worry, we'll go ahead and screenshot it so you guys can see exactly how they typed it and what it looks like.
Yes.
But I mean, go ahead, babe. What do you think? Where do we start?
Okay, so obviously this client wasn't happy.
Correct.
But I think that the way to avoid this kind of review is to make sure that you're having conversations with your clients when they're coming in the door. So we have to do consultations. It's so important to be talking and engaging with the client so that way they don't feel the need to write these reviews.
Setting the expectations.
Setting the expectations.
Okay.
Yes.
So who do you feel was right or wrong in this situation?
Well, obviously she didn't give any real description on what the stylist did wrong. I think she was only upset by the energy that the stylist was giving her. But that's obviously because she wasn't speaking to her.
Right. And that's where I was going to get at. I was going to say, I believe that the client was wrong. And don't come for me, y'all, because I know how the girls like to tussle, okay? Don't come for me. But I believe the client was wrong. Only because I see this every day in the salon atmosphere where a client will walk into the salon, you know, they'll get greeted warmly. They'll know exactly who they're talking to, but they'll be very apprehensive as to say what they really want. Like, I don't want this curl in my hair that you just did.
But she didn't talk about her hair.
I understand. But her complaints was that as soon when the person who's doing her hair gets to her head, she feels as though, you know,
she was doing her
a favor.
Right, because the stylist didn't make her feel welcome.
Right. So here's my thing.
The vibes.
That's what I'm saying.
But here's my thing. This is where I'm going with it.
Okay.
Damn, let me get there. Where I'm going with it is that they didn't speak up. Stand up. Okay?
Really?
Stand up.
Really?
As a client, and this is just me receiving a service.
Okay.
If there is something that I'm uncomfortable with or something that I do not like, I'm going to say, is it possible that we could do this instead of that? I really don't feel comfortable or I don't like this or that. I feel like as clients, sometimes they get so intimidated as to what they should say, how they should say it, what they're going to do in order to speak up for themselves.
And I hear you, but she didn't complain about anything other than the vibes.
Right. But had she... So
what is she supposed to speak up and say? I don't like this vibe.
No, you can get more clarity on it. What? So, is there a reason why your stylist is the one who works on majority of my hair? Your assistant is the one who works on majority of my hair.
Clearly, and then the first time in the salon,
right? But however, like you said before, if there was effective communication where the assistant came and said, "My name is Jessica, and I am going to do X, Y, and Z to you today. After that, so and so is going to take over, and they're going to do this." I can understand how that can get a little bit confusing in the middle of a session when you are sitting there, you're doing hair, there's 2 other people that's waiting for you. Yes. But once you set the tone and you continue to be professional, you wouldn't have these problems.
Yeah.
So again, Shorty should have stood up and said,
no.
Y'all don't think so?
I don't think so. I think she gave an honest an honest review on her experience. And she didn't appreciate not being communicated, like not being spoken to about the steps that was going to take place during her visit.
And you don't think she should have just said...
Some people are not like that. Some people are not going to...
And that's my point.
Right, but then you should have set the tone for me.
Yes.
Because you don't know what type of person you're going to get when I'm...
Right, and that is our job. That is our job.
Y'all hear that?
See?
Y'all hear that?
Yes.
Yes,
So yes.
Yes.
There wasn't a right or
wrong.
Yeah, but she gave her honest
There was a
feedback.
lot of wrong.
There was
a lot of wrong.
No, there wasn't anything wrong in her writing this review.
Right.
Is what
right.
I'm trying to
Right.
say.
There weren't any wrongs, but there were areas of opportunity.
Or wrongs.
Or wrongs,
yes,
as Mike B would like to put it, but there are areas of opportunity, and that's what I like to call it. So can you give me one example of what the first area of opportunity would have been other than communication?
Other than communication?
Ooh, it's getting sticky.
Well, I think that's the only placement. That's the only place she went wrong.
What about her energy?
Right, because that's where I was going with it.
But if you're communicating...
No, because energy is silence.
Okay, you're right.
Energy is transferable. Energy is something that you can feel.
But it's very funny how her energy was the basis of this review. But did you read that she said, don't be fooled by her fake smiling gospel music playing in the back?
Oh, Lord. I was still trying to get...
Did she leave that?
I didn't see that.
Right. I was still trying to get past the don't be fooled by the Instagram.
Right.
Because a lot of people tend to look at Instagram and we see these 20-second reels that have taken hours to create. And you like, I could do that.
Yep.
She ain't do that. I could do that.
That's easy.
That's easy.
And that's the beginning of what you call a kitchen beautician.
Or the YouTube Universityers.
Exactly.
Those are also options as well, too.
Yes.
So I was saying, in order for her to curate that vibe, and this is the assistant, in order for her to curate that vibe, in order for the space to curate that vibe, you have to walk into a welcoming space.
Yes.
And body language is the first thing.
Yep.
You know, as I approach someone, I don't even have to say anything. If I approach you with a smile, you're going to be like, hi. You're going to respond back. Or you'll be like, hey, like you kind of testing out the waters if you're a person who's very like not taking, you don't take well to kindness. Like you're kind of leery of it. But as long as I keep that upbeat kind of attitude, it's going to then calm your demeanor down and then make you become more open.
Yes.
Can you agree?
Yeah.
All righty then.
Keeping the space warm.
Yeah. So keeping the space warm.
Yes.
Also,
reading the client
when they walk in,
asking them their name, hanging up their jacket,
body language,
yes.
These are get your pencils out, y'all, because we dropping gems right now.
And just engaging with them and asking them the reason for their visit.
Right,
that's simple.
Or where'd you find us at? Just conversation starters. But I can say, and this is on the stylist's behalf, like the newer stylist is coming up. I've heard a lot of them say that it's difficult to have a conversation with someone and also get their work done in the same amount of time.
Well,
how do you combat that?
Well, I think that just like anything else, when you have it, you have it. You get it?
Child, not the girls who get it.
No, when you got
and the ones who don't.
You have to be born for this. This is not for the weak. Okay?
It's really not.
This is not
I ain't gonna hold you.
Pretend. This is not something you can get out of the bed and do if you really don't enjoy doing it. So you have to understand engaging with your clients and working at the same time. And that's just how it's supposed to be.
I mean,
that's
I don't
part
disagree.
of the job. Yeah.
Listen, y'all, the girls who get it, get it.
Yep.
And the girls who don't,
they don't.
They don't. And that's okay.
Because you can learn.
Right. And if you don't get it, you can learn. Because what Boogie said. Not Biggie. Biggie. Ooh, Jesus, what he said.
Not messing up Biggie's name.
Right.
What
if you don't know, now you know. Right. So let's doobie this up. So in order to get through Tangled Tales, the things that you guys can take back from this would be just going back to
just knowing areas of opportunities, things that you can do to make the experience for the clients better,
conversation,
and also for the clients to know how stylists want to be treated.
Exactly.
We have rights too.
Right. My goddamn salon too. Okay. Right. You guys have and I love this for you guys. Like I love this show for you guys because it gives the point of view of the client as well as the stylist. Because I see a lot of memes and Instagrams like to where POV, I came to the salon and she's 20 minutes late, or POV, she charged me a late fee. Like these are the things that you see from the client's point of view. You never really hear what the stylists have to say. And I love this for you guys.
And what goes into operating a salon and what is expected of salon owners and stylists working in
a business.
Exactly.
And to stay out of the mess, what you got to do?
You got to stand on business. Standing on business. Standing on business.
Yes, we have to stand on business.
And that leads us into our next segment. So our next segment is called Standing on Business. Boom. So I got it. So standing on business, we're going to talk about structure, system, and tools. The things that you need to make you successful in the salon industry.
Ooh.
The things that we'll be talking about in Standing on Business segment will be...
Well, definitely booking software.
Period.
Because that is always trending everywhere all the time. The paragraphs, the bios, the novels, all of the things.
Baby. Let's start. Let's start.
So all of these things do not help with client experience at all. So it's doing something else. It's avoiding talking to your client. And that is very important.
Also, too, let's talk about the bios.
Yes.
Because I know that's the first thing that y'all going to come at us with.
Yeah.
Guys, we have to talk to our clients.
Yes.
We have to talk to them and not at them.
Yes.
And that's where it gets like a little bit fuzzy, right? Because if we're talking to them, we're talking to them in a tone that they understand. You're not using acronyms to confuse a client. Like some people don't know what a silk press is based on your brand. You would have to talk about these things. You have to give a detailed description as to the services that you're offering, but not a paragraph about what you can and cannot accept.
Right. So that's where I think they get a little confused because you can't write all of it down.
Because I'm not going to read that.
Right.
I'm not reading it. Right. I've already read through. Don't make sure you come with your face groomed. Make sure you do your eyebrows, shave your mustache. Make sure your hair's washed, blow dry, braided down. I don't want not a curl in the back of your neck. I'm already intimidated.
Right.
I got here and I don't know. Should I sit with my jacket on?
Right. See?
I'm not even coming.
She's not going.
There you go.
If I read that
and y'all missed out.
I'm not coming.
Y'all missed out on the bag.
Yeah.
And understand that every client is not your client, but the majority, if you do good work and people seeing that you're doing good work, guess what? They're going to want to come to you. But the moment like Mike B sees, please read instructions carefully in caps.
I have a question. So what about the stylists who are making the bag and they have all of these paragraphs in their bio? Like, why do they care? What do they care for to
have good customer service?
Yeah, because we not we, but the consumers, which are the clients, are still coming and they're still booking.
They are, but guess what they're not doing?
In between.
No, but guess what they're not doing?
But they're not doing.
They're not rebooking.
They're not retaining their clients.
No, they're not. So you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that bag, but the bag is not gonna be consistent.
Right.
You're gonna have up days. You're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have more bad than good.
Right.
Only because people are not coming back. They don't like your attitude. They like that their hair looks good, but they're going to go somewhere else to maintain it, or they're going to find another option.
Okay.
I believe that, Mike B.
It doesn't feel like that's what's happening.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a lot of complaining and there's a lot of back and forth and going.
But they still going back.
Oh
my God. Y'all know what that's like?
What?
Oh my.
An abusive relationship.
That's just like the man or the woman that you keep going back to and you know you ain't supposed to be going back to them, but you're going to still go back because you want that service.
Right.
It's the same thing. Listen, as a people, we have got to do better. Stop complaining and stop going.
Yeah.
Stand up.
We have to stand up for what
you got to stand up.
So.
You do. So I feel like with that being said, I also feel like having a seamless kind of situation also works too. For example, the industry has changed where a lot of people don't really use Zelle, or sometimes they do. They use Zelle or Cash App. But I also feel like, why we can't use credit cards?
What do you? Oh, yeah.
We can't use credit cards. When I'm going to Chantel, who is doing hair, I don't have no offense to any Chantels out there, because you might be a good stylist. But if I'm going to Chantel's house, Chantel doesn't have a POS system inside of her home.
Okay.
She does not.
Doesn't.
She does not. She has a vibe. She has good conversation. She has great execution. But now, if I'm only seeing Zelle, like, what if I'm paying with my company credit card to look this way?
Right.
What am I going to do now? What are you going to do? Send me an invoice? So we need POS. We need point of sale systems.
Yes.
in our space, whether we're independent or not. We need those things. And we also need a booking software website. Like, I got to know where to book you at. I don't want to DM you because I don't want to have a long conversation and then I forget. And now look at this. I have nothing to do because I forgot about you. So I definitely believe that we should have point of sales,
booking software,
as well as booking softwares, and
very
we got
easy to read.
Yes, user friendly.
Yes, user
clear
friendly
instructions that aren't 10 paragraphs.
Right, and then that is definitely going to help you wedge the gap.
Right,
your services need to be clear.
Right.
Yes,
your services need to be descriptive,
and I need real-time availability.
Oh my
I need to, like, why is
you don't think that's a thing?
Something else.
Why is it closed for 7 months? Are you really booked for the next 7 months?
You know what? You're right.
I need you to stop.
But guess what? Now, and because I don't know that information, I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling you because I want to call your business and find out, hey, where can I? But you know, the people like me who like to talk to people. Okay. Is that are you all booked out until September 2027? Oh, okay. Thanks.
I'm sure they're not.
Well, thank you for that information. But guess what? When I call them, there's no phone number.
Right.
That's another big thing.
Or the people that are not going to call and are just going to look and be like, well, I guess you're
right. But I feel like you need to give your clients options.
Yes.
You need to give them options of different ways to communicate with you. If you have to streamline a day where you're just only answering emails as well as text messages, that should be something that's communicated to your clients.
Yes.
Because you cannot, in the middle of you doing your work, respond to a phone call if you're independent. You have to have a team behind you. So I feel like that Mondays are a slow day.
Well, this is also pointing to, outsourcing or outsourcing. Outsourcing. The things needed to keep your business running smoothly, right?
Yep.
So a booking software would be something that you have to pay for, right?
Not all of them.
Free.
Not all of them. Some of them are free.
Okay.
Shameless plug, Fresha.
So some of them are free, but what about things like an assistant? Something else that can help you get through your day quickly.
Now.
Yeah.
The girls are not assisting anymore. So we're just going to go ahead and take that out of there because they're not assisting anymore. They're not coming. They're not coming. They're not working, which is why everyone wants 100%. We're here.
Right. Okay.
So yes. So the girls are not assisting anymore.
But they need to.
Right. And that's something that we should talk about.
Okay.
They need, y'all got to get back into the salons.
Yeah. Y'all got to get back to the basics.
You got to get back to now. And I get it. Sometimes it could be very difficult for you to find a salon home, for you to find a space where you feel comfortable at, and somebody's really going to take the time to, what's the word I'm looking for?
You?
I don't like to use that word.
Why?
It's so weird. It's so weird.
It is.
Mike B, come on, give me another one. Not groom, but to mentor, and shape you.
Yes.
Because grooming gives pedophilia, and I don't like that.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and use mentorship.
Okay.
You can mentor them into becoming the person that they should be.
Topic, though.
You do?
Yeah.
Ooh,
of course. Hello.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
We don't like to share. We like to gatekeep as a community, and that should
be a song.
Another part of the problem that we have in the salon industry.
That's hot.
Yeah,
that's for another day.
That's gonna go. We're gonna do that up because that's a whole nother topic for another episode for another time.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead
and right now. Y'all gotta get it.
We can't give y'all.
To stand on business for now, you're just talking about like you need a booking website.
Yes.
To be easy.
Yes.
Clear to understand.
Yes.
Get rid of the bios. Have real availability. And
that's how you stand on business. Okay. Definitely. And you can tell we got a whole bunch of other things that we're going to talk about, but y'all got to listen to episode number 2. Which camera am I looking at? Which camera is it? Listen to episode number 2, as well as 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. But yes, in order to do this up, we're going to go ahead and transition into our next segment. What is that, Mike B? Y'all help me.
Everyone wants 100%. Hello.
Just kidding. I was just making sure you guys were in point like I was.
How did we come up with this name, though?
So we came up with the name of Everyone Wants 100% because literally everyone always wants 100%. But the gag is...
The math don't be mathing?
It's not going to math.
It's never going to be 100.
You're never going to get 100%. And I'm sorry.
Yeah, somebody has to break the news to you guys.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. You're not going to... But what you will get...
Yes.
What you will get is the ways that you can get about 80, 90,
yeah.
about a little 40.
100 means to
75,
you. Whatever 100 means
80.
to you.
do. 45, 47.
So every episode title adds up to like 100%. So get your pens out, ladies and gentlemen.
Get them out.
Because we're taking you to school, girl. Who wrote this yet? Let me stop.
I love it though.
And 100% isn't realistic.
Right. So you guys are never going to get 100%. And that's all we're going to get to.
Yeah.
But what you can do is find ways to make your life easier. Find ways to maximize your profit with doing as minimal work as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what everybody wants to do. But before you get to that space, you got to put in the work.
Yes.
That's step number 1.
Putting in the work.
Putting in the work. Is there a song about that?
But you also have to continue to put in the work. You get it? So
because the industry changes.
Yeah, because you can't get to a point and then, relax and slack and get complacent. Yeah, you got to keep on being and standing on your business and holding yourself accountable, especially as a stylist. So that way you can continue to grow and, make a lot of money. And
so what do you feel like... Hold on, because what do you feel like will assist the stylist or assist the listeners to getting 100% if that's something that they're interested in doing?
Well, today's episode is 50% vision and 50% execution.
Right.
Yes. Right. Okay, so
we forgot that part.
Lord help me, y'all, because y'all know I don't stick to the whole lot. Damn. It's just a paper, guys. It's just a paper. So yes, 50% vision and 50% execution. So what does that mean to you? Or what does that sound like when you hear that?
So I just know whatever I'm putting out is what I expect to get back.
Okay.
Yeah. So my 50% execution, my 100% execution might only give me back 50% of, what it is that I need. But I know if I continue to do it, it's just going to make it greater.
Right.
Yeah.
So what 50% vision looks like to me is I'm this green-eyed, green around the ears person that just came out of beauty school. I want my own salon.
Yeah, no, you have to.
That is that's my vision.
Oh.
Y'all see how she be shutting down, baby.
I thought you needed help with
No. So it's the vision. So 50% of it is my vision. I see that I want the salon. I see that I want to be the person who is going to be the salon owner. That. Now I need to execute it. Right. So how am I going to execute it? I'm going to go on YouTube.
No. You're going to go into the salon.
There you go.
And you're going to assist.
Right.
And you're going to work under a stylist. And you're going to learn all the tips and the tricks because that's what really gets you where you need to be.
Correct.
Learning the ways to do things more effectively, quickly. So that way when your volume gets bigger, you're able to work quickly.
Right.
Because you know these things that you're not
Which
learning.
also goes back to the Tangled Tale story. When she mentioned that the stylist worked on her head for X amount of time, and then the assistant worked on her head for X amount of time, and then the stylist then came.
Yes.
I feel like that is something that is common. And I think that as a consumer, they don't realize that the assistant is a person who preps, who begins you, who starts you. But if you have a client who's been coming to you and only you for a long time, they get a little bit apprehensive.
They do,
and they like, well, who's putting their hand in my head? Because I can't have everybody's hand in my head. That's what my mama told me.
And we're going to go back to communication. Because as a stylist, if I walk over to you as my client who trusts me and I say to you, girl, don't worry. She got you.
Right.
Because I trained her.
Right.
You're going to feel better about it.
Right. You are absolutely right. I would still be a little apprehensive, but I would still be like, but all right, she got this. Yes, she got this.
I'm not going to put you in harm's way.
Right. If she know what she's talking about, because she's done this before. So I feel like also just like the execution of it would be not only to be a salon assistant, but to also find how you can do a mentorship. Is that something
as a stylist?
As an assistant, or just this is a part of my execution?
Oh, got it.
So a part of my execution would be to, like you mentioned before, find a space to work in as an assistant, learn the business.
Yes.
And then after I learn the business, I also need a mentorship. Because how many times in your career have you said to yourself, I want to be a salon owner, and Sharon taught me the way?
Yeah, no.
There's no Sharon.
No, there's no Sharon.
There's no Sharon.
I honestly just picked up things that I felt worked and left the ones that didn't work down. And then I came up with the salon.
But do you feel as though if you had
of course, if I had like
a mentorship,
liaison, yes,
or liaison that
who can guide me and show me the ropes and hold my hand somewhat, of course. That would have made my process quicker, and I would have been able to obviously be aware of what was coming before it came.
Okay, so can we commit? Because I would love to be able to, as always, help everybody. So can we commit that we can kind of like find some mentors for people to go to so they can ask questions?
I'm definitely hold myself to the regard of being.
Look at that, y'all.
Me
sliding so BK's DM.
I am a mentor.
Yes.
I've been mentoring these girls since what, 2015?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
And the 99 and the 2000s.
Proud to say that I've done a great job.
And I believe you do as well too.
Yeah.
So I feel like with execution and vision, you'll be able to kind of just hone in and figure out exactly what you want to do and where you want to go. That will set the foundation for your business. That will set the foundation for you.
And the foundation is always professionalism, customer service, client experience.
And those are all things that you will learn as you are in the business, as being an assistant.
Yep.
So I really do want you guys to take these things that we're saying back and kind of implement them in your everyday business now. I would love for you guys to also tell us your successors. Tell us what has been working for you. Tell us what hasn't been working for you.
Yep.
And everyone wants 100%.
So what are some of the misconceptions?
Well, some of the misconceptions in the salon industry,
about being a salon owner and getting your business. And
I mean, from my point of view, I feel like a lot of the misconceptions is that this is easy.
Okay.
This is very easy, and it's not.
Right.
That's not
the reason
easy.
for wanting to graduate and open a suite. Right.
It's not easy.
You forget all the little things.
Yeah, the little things in between there. And because you mentioned suite is to actually go out and find a suite, to actually be able to decor your suite, because you only get a chair and a mirror and a setup. That's it. So now you got to make people feel comfortable.
Right.
So those are all the things. And we'll get into that in the up and coming episodes as well too. But those are just the things that like people look at and they see and they feel as though
instant success.
Right.
Yes.
And it's not. It's hard work.
It is.
But when you and I feel like we've been saying this throughout the episode, everything is hard work.
Yeah.
Everything is hard work. However, when you get to the space of you work so hard, there's going to be a point where you can reap the benefits. And we want to get you guys to that point, whether it's early in life, whether it's late in life, we want you to get there.
And just be a community of people that we can share ideas and talk about the things that's going wrong, the things that go right, and be able to just educate you guys.
Right. So, Sha, you got any closing remarks?
No,
anything you want to tell the people?
I'm excited for the first episode. Yay.
So, guys, thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
I'm Jaleesa.
And I'm Shawanda.
And thank you for listening to Everyone Wants 100%.